All right. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the May meeting. We have a quorum, so we'll start with the pledge. Okay, we'll start with the student of the month.
Yes, and I believe we have Mr. Davis first. Lots of celebrations tonight.
All right. Good evening. My name is Kent Davis, Sheridan Middle School principal. It's my honor to introduce April Student of the Month at Sheridan Middle School is Jacob Glunt. Jacob is 13 years old in 7th grade. His parents are Laura and Jared Glunt. He has one brother, Landon. And his school activities puts down golf, but he's a big FFA guy too. Some of his favorites include purple. His favorite food is pork chops, along with obviously a lot of pig showing and stuff. Favorite candy is Twix bar. Favorite movie is Home Alone, I would agree was a great movie. Favorite TV show is Maddie Madlock. Favorite book is True Gift, and Music Your Way is Better by Forrest Frank. One I haven't heard. But his favorite class and teacher is Mrs. Moran with science. Some other hobbies include showing livestock. What can always make him smile is pigs, so you're showing pigs and then eating pigs later, right? That goes hand in hand, right? What's your farthest way he's traveled from Sheridan is to Oklahoma. His favorite vacation was to Universal or Buffalo, New York for Niagara Falls. Trip back to Universal. Some of his friends include Max, Balin, and Tommy, and his brother Landon. One thing that many people don't know about him is he loves to raise pigs and also has a lot of rabbits. One thing is gift for talents, judging livestock and working with others. Obviously, his judging team won state contest this year. He would love to attend Oklahoma State University. Go Pokes, OSU someday. His career goals include judging national livestock shows. And also being involved in pig breeding. If money was not consideration, one thing he would make sure the school had better water for the water fountains. There's always one good one though. There's a great one. Other ones are good, but
I've been told not to fix them because you guys all like that one. Isn't that right? You told me that.
and also gets more improvement for ag classes. So it's my honor to introduce April Student of the Month, Jacob Glunt. Violet, come on in. Okay, it's my honor to introduce May Student of the Month, Violet Barker. She's 13 years old in 8th grade. Her parents are Shay and Luke Barker. Right here. His siblings include Silas and Lila Barker. School activities include cheerleading and track. Obviously a great weekend with the conference championship involved with that and PRs and everything. Great work. Favorite colors is pink. Some food is hamburger helper, biscuits and gravy. Favorite candy, sweet tarts, a great one. Favorite movie is Ratatouille. Favorite TV show is The Middle. Favorite book is the Bible. And any music, her favorite music is all music, but country is her favorite. Her favorite class and teacher is PCC or PFL with Mrs. Green. Some of her hobbies include 4-H, camping, and crafting. What can always make her smile is her friends. As far as she's traveled from Sheridan to Florida. Her favorite vacation is to Florida on spring break with the whole family. So Mom, Dad, can you do that again? Her friends include Emily, Remy, Ellie, and Lily. One thing that people don't know about her, that she can be extremely sensitive, which is fine. One of her gifts and talents is be able to stay calm into chaotic situations. Does she have a job? No, but although she's very great about keeping her younger siblings in line. She would love to attend IU someday. As far as career goals, undecided is what field she wanted to get into, but whatever it is, she's going to be happy and help people no matter what. And if money was not a consideration, one thing she would change, make sure teachers have everything they need and want, and also build safe places for kids to go on weekends after school and during breaks in Sheridan. Also, she would try to make sure all kids and families in the community have food, clothes, and supplies that they need every day. Okay. So it's my introduction.
Elementary? Are you ready? There she is. Yeah. So,
Okay, so I would like to introduce everybody to Sadie Pickett. Sadie is in 5th grade, and she is in Mrs. Garner's class, who is here to support her tonight. Sadie is here with her family. She's got her mom and her dad and her sister here. And Sadie, I asked her what she likes about school, and she said making new friends. I asked her what she might change about school if she could change anything, and she said she needs a longer lunchtime. Mrs. Garner nominated Sadie for Student of the Month because she said Sadie comes to school each day with a huge smile on her face. She is the perfect example of a student who is always following the 6 B's. No matter the situation, Sadie does it better, or does it to the best of her ability. She is a hard worker who isn't afraid to ask for help if it's needed. Sadie is a great role model for the students in 5th grade, and she loves having you in class. When I asked Sadie about her hobbies or what sports she plays, she said that she enjoys cheerleading and wrestling. When I asked what she wants to be when she grows up, she said a scientist. She feels proud when she is helping other people. She's thankful for her friends and her family. I asked her if she could give anything she wanted to the school, what would it be? She said probably some new playground equipment. Something she does better than most people, she said, was sportsmanship, which I agree with. Her idea of the perfect day was sitting quietly, just doing anything, just a quiet day. And her favorite people are most of the teachers because they help her and are really nice. So it is my privilege to introduce everyone to the May Sheridan Student of the Month, Sadie Pickett.
Probably need these. All right, that's better. It's my privilege and honor to present the Sheridan High School Student of the Month, Isadora, better known to us as Izzy Grau. She's 15, a freshman in the class of 2028. Her parents are Jacob and Jamie, siblings Alexander and Maximus. School activities include FFA and volleyball. When you get to some of her favorites, her favorite color is teal. Her favorite food is sushi. Candy or snack, I think it's anything chocolate, pretty much. Wide open, yeah, that's a good call. Her favorite movie, Top Gun Maverick. TV show, Heartland. I've heard a lot about that one lately. Is it good? How many out here say it's good? Anybody? Okay, all right. I've heard like a lot of people mention that lately. All right, put it on the list. Her favorite book is My Life with the Walter Boys. Her favorite music is country music, and her favorite song, at least right now, is Tim McGraw's Humble and Kind. Some of her favorite teachers are Mrs. Callie for Spanish and Ms. Arrowwood for English. When you get to her hobbies, she loves being in 4-H and working with her livestock. She loves camping, swimming, playing volleyball, and volunteering with her brother at PMCH. What always makes her smile is being with her family. The farthest she has traveled from Sheridan is St. Croix, and that was on a cruise, which is also her favorite vacation. Some of her best friends, she just made it simple. She said, I have a lot of great friends, and that's true. I see her around school. What is one thing that many people may not know about her is that she is an ambassador for Peyton Manning's Children's Hospital, and one of her gifts is to help others. And she doesn't have a job because she's busy helping her family with all the livestock. After high school, though, she does want to go to college, and her goal is to be a nurse. A memorable moment from her past career before reaching freshman year of high school was being inducted into the National Honor Society while in middle school. And if money was not an object, if it's one thing she would change about school life or society, she would work to make Max's medications free and find a way that he didn't have to take so many. So it's my privilege and honor to share with all of you just a little bit about Izzy Grau, who's absolutely awesome.
All right, move on to item 4, any agenda revisions?
No, sir, not tonight.
Okay, let's go to Sheridan Showcase.
Sure, we have 3 different ones tonight because as we end the year, we've had 3 great things happen over the last month. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Gentry, would you like to go first this evening? Absolutely. You're getting double recognized tonight, though.
I know,
and I
when
know
you
I
said-
promised you not to, so I didn't want you to yell at me while you're up here. But
And
I
they
like you to
said
death.
not very many people will be here either.
This is our biggest crowd in several years.
Of course, of course. But thank you guys. Really proud to present from my schoolmate or my classes the project that they chose. It's project-based learning. They were set with a problem. They had to figure out how to fix it. So I said, okay, what kind of problems can you guys think of in the community? And several said, well, we try to copy pictures or send pictures to our grandparents on our cell phones, and we get back pictures of their knee or their chin or whatever. And I said, okay, I understand, I've done that too. So they said, why don't we try to figure that out? So they set forth to adopt the nursing home in Sheridan, what's called Majestic Care, and adopt those people and make a packet and a booklet, take 2 trips there, and teach those people how to use their cell phone. Incredibly amazing. I was just the supervisor. I just sat in the room and did what they told me to do. It was amazing. It was so impressive, so kind of them to adopt that. Number 1, it's their community. Number 2, it's caring for the elderly. So it was such a great project. If you guys turn around, this is the quick, I hate to make everybody turn and do that, but we'll just go through it really fast. Jacob Blunt was one of the great people doing it. He really stepped up and helped a couple of the older gentlemen play chess, and I believe you won, didn't you? Yeah. Although that one guy may not admit it, but I think you did win. I think you did. Yeah, yeah, he felt bad. So this is all the group. Do I have it?
No, I got it right here.
Okay. Okay, yes. So inquiry-based, it's the idea that the kids kind of get out of the classroom, get to go help the community, get to meet people and solve problems. And also they're learning things about themselves and career-wise what they would like to do. Okay, next. Building community relationships. When we left the last day, several kids looked at me and they said, is this it? And I said, yeah, we're not coming back anymore. And they said, could we come back if we wanted to? And I said, well, sure. But obviously I'm retiring, so I will be directing them, but I thought I may come back too with them. So really got attached to some of the people. One of the older gentlemen did songs for the kids. He really loved getting up and standing and dancing. One guy played music for you guys. Yeah. So really, really fun. Solving problems, what they were fabulous at. Talking to the elderly, learning people skills, and they somehow just knew that. They had the people skills and walked right in and talked to everybody. And they made them feel loved, cared for, and appreciated. And this is what they did, and we won't go through all these, but this is the booklet. Jacob, you want to give that to all these? I wish I had enough for everybody. We really think we could sell these to the elderly because they're really impressive booklets. So they got in groups and decided, okay, what are the problems these people probably need to know? And made booklets and step by step and sat with the people in the nursing home and showed them how to do this. And they gave them a booklet to keep. So one was how to make a call. Believe it or not, some of them didn't know that. Okay, next. How to FaceTime, which was important. Next. How to FaceTime, call FaceTime, and they did it with Android phone and iPhone, so they did both of those. How to text a message, that seemed to be really important to the people in the nursing home. Yeah. How to not get scammed. We had one student, Waylon, that was really adamant that they don't get scammed on stuff. And we've probably all had that done to us at one time or another, or been darn close. So he said, we need to put that in there, and I said, I totally agree, and I'm going to keep that for myself. Okay? How to search for things, because they'd say, well, I'm going to know what the score of the game was, or I'm going to check on so-and-so. So the kid said, okay, we'll put that in there. Controls and settings. I always need help with that, too. I call my daughters all the time. Different games that they can play. Apps for your phone, how to get an app, how to set that up. for Androids and for iPhones. And other activities, this is other stuff that they sat with the people and did. Not everybody had a phone, not everybody was interested in that, but it was amazing to watch them interact with the older people and the people in need. It was great, it was fabulous. Very proud, very honored to sponsor this project again. It was student-led, I just sat there and kind of did what they told me to, but really impressed with these kids, very proud of them. And I do want to thank my daughter for being here. I had no idea she was coming. I looked and I thought, who is that? My daughter. So due with the baby in like 9-8 weeks, 7 we hope. So yeah, that's part of my retirement reason right there. So thank you guys. Congrats to my class for wonderful work.
Sandy, would you like to share next? For those of you that don't know, just kind of a quick overview of Sandy's getting ready. Sandy is our trainer, but Sandy is way more than our trainer. Sandy has become an integral part of our teaching staff to the point she is teaching classes. And that is why we ask her here tonight, because this does not occur much, especially a trainer that wants to do this. So we appreciate it more than anything. So.
Well, thank you. It's one of those things, be careful what you wish for. No, I'm kidding. I've really been blessed. I was not on the teaching end of things. I've taught CPR for 38 years or something like that. And I did not realize how much I would really enjoy teaching, and they bring out a lot of good things for me. But Dr. Mundy had asked me to kind of give you a brief overview of what I teach in the class. We pretty much teach everything from A to Z that has to do with the medical field. So when we adopted this program, my intent was to just kind of be geared in towards athletic training and those students, and designing a student athletic trainer program here at the high school. And it's kind of just taken on its own little, it's just kind of grown from that. So I teach exercise science, kinesiology, and human performance. So pretty much everything in the medical field we've discussed. Some of the things or some of the topics that we've gone over are professional and administrative aspects of exercise science, and teaching kids exactly what exercise science is, emergency care and services. So we just don't take care of injuries. We just don't take care of athletes. I've seen band members, I've seen coaches, I've seen some administrators for certain things. So the door is always open. If you ever have a question, feel free to drop in. If I'm there, I'm happy to help you. But I'm a resource. I'm kind of a Hadley beyond, so to speak. I'm also a nurse. So not only do I teach a class, I'm a nurse in the morning at IU, and then I'm an athletic trainer here in the afternoon. So I have a very full day. But we do emergency care services, and I will do a shout out to our athletic trainer who was able to help resuscitate an athlete last year in an emergency situation. And I'd like to say it was all my training. However, she really stepped up to the plate and came out of her shell. So kudos to her for that. But basically, we've done anatomy, physiology, kinesiology, injuries anywhere on the body, general medicine type stuff, diagnostic testing, rehabilitation, reconditioning programs, diet programs. I had each one of the kids actually analyze their own diets. It was amazing what they found out about themselves, or what they didn't find out about themselves. But we've done nutrition, pharmacology, different supplementations, and we've touched on some really difficult social topics as well. Bullying, harassment in sports, harassment in healthcare, biases that we have. That's kind of how we're ending our year, is on biases. Doping, abuse, mental health issues, things that typically you don't think of when you think of the athletic training room. But I'm kind of the mom, the dad, the healthcare provider, the teacher, the role model, the disciplinarian. If they're doing something, I don't have any problem stepping up and telling them that they shouldn't be doing it. So, but it's also a safe space. I want my room to be able to be a place where kids can come and talk to me about anything, because they don't always have that access to do that at home. So we've had attorneys come in. I had a malpractice attorney come in at the beginning of the year. We've talked about when you decide that you're gonna do something, you have to be ready for the consequences of that action. If you decide to sneak out of your house and you get caught, that's your risk of the potential outcome. And so we talk about decision making, because I want these kids to go on to college and realize that, you know what, if you don't study and you get a D, well, it's because you didn't study, and your professor's not gonna change that for you. We've had a sports medicine doc in, a physician assistant, an orthosurgeon, a physical therapist, a mental health coach, a sports psychologist, a strength and conditioning coach, an MRI technologist, who, by the way, has really, one of my students connected with this person, and now that's what she wants to do with her life, and she's really gung-ho to do it. So it kind of sparked an interest for one of my students. Had a dietitian talk to them, and then we did go on a field trip to a wellness center down south. I also had a drug representative from Eli Lilly come in and talk to the kids, so that was another avenue that we touched on. But basically, some of the activities to engage these kids, they had to design a mission statement and why they wanted to be in the class and what they hoped to get out of the class. They have to create their own textbook. There's many, many, many textbooks out there. And they might have a good chapter here and a good paragraph there. So I told the kids from the very beginning, they have to write their own books, and that's their big class project at the end of the year. So anything medically related, it has to be in their book. They had to shadow both me as an athletic trainer, and they also had to have shadow hours outside. So a lot of the kids got to go explore the fields that they are interested in, whether it be rad tech, whether it be physician assistant, whether it be, one of the kids is now really interested in pharmaceutical technology, based on the person that we came in, and I'm sure it's all driven because they make like $160K a year. But to my high schoolers, that's a big number. They learned to tape ankles, they learned to evaluate injuries, they learned CPR and emergency first aid. They can splint, they can spine board, they can run an AED, so if ever a situation occurs at home, I hope that they can help you out or help who is ever having the emergency. They got to build bones out of clay. They took Stop the Bleed. They removed stitches. They actually got to stitch in class too, which was really cool, and watching them be engaged. Like I said before, they analyzed diets and exercise routines, and then they got to determine if they were obese or if they were of standard size, which was really enlightening to a lot of kids because charts and whatnot are different. What else did we do? We did lots of stuff. We talked about mental health and the things that go into mental health. And then at the end, I had them, because when I was asked to do this, I think it's really cool what I do. I get to do a lot of different things. But I wanted to make sure that the kids were taking in what I was doing and that they were engaged and that I was teaching to what they wanted to teach. So I had them each write a paragraph about what they liked about the class and what they didn't like about the class or what they would change. All of them said, the key thing was that this was the hardest class that they had ever taken at this school. And then I have a lot of homework. And that it has, they believe, prepared them for taking college level classes. So I feel like I'm doing a great job with these kids. One of the kids, and if anybody's interested in reading these comments, I am happy to share them with you. They make great toilet reading material as well. But a lot of them touched on time management and the fact that it taught them to manage time, because when I have projects, they have to do the research, then they have to give the project, then they have to present the project. So I really did try to teach it like a college level class, because I would really like them to be successful in their life. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't have any questions, but I would just like to thank you for doing this program. I personally have seen a similar program change lives with my own brother. He got 2 concussions back to back playing sports, and so he became the trainer. He is now a radiologist.
Gotcha.
And so, they make those connections, as you said, and it can truly change lives. So thank you for what you're doing.
Excuse me, I have a baseball game going on and they're calling me. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. Is our student here? Do you want to wait? We could do it at the very end, just see if do we need to give him time or not. We have a student that was going to get an award, but he is at a track event right now. He's hurrying back. If it's all right with you, sir, we can wait till the end if he shows up. And if not, we'll give the award at the very end, if that's okay. Okay.
That works.
Are you okay with that, sir?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, we'll move on to item 6, public comment. We have a lot of people here today. Does anybody want to talk?
Anybody sign up? No. Nobody wants to speak? Can I-
Marty does.
Marty?
All right. We'll move on to the consent agenda. All right. Does anybody want to go through these one by one, or do we have any discussion to start? We do have donations.
Yes. So we
Go
do have one donation,
Yep.
yes, sir, from the Boone County Farm Bureau for the FFA of $500, which we greatly appreciate. And then I think that's what I heard you say. Then after personnel and everything else, we do have a couple of our newly appointed people after personnel I can recognize tonight. And then we do have 6 retirees here this evening too.
The highlighted item changed.
No, sir, we were making sure that got added in. We gave the resume to you guys a couple weeks ago. We almost forgot her. It was in the original one. That's why, which in a minute here, when I introduce her, would have been even worse because she's in the crowd tonight. So that would have been quite embarrassing if we forgot to add her to the list. That's you, by the way, Hannah. We're very glad. But Hannah's been working with us since November, sir. So that's why we wanted to make sure it was on there.
I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
All right, we have a motion. Second. We have a second. All right, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
If I may take just a second to introduce 3 different people, nothing long, but first of all, I'd like to introduce, because they're here tonight, and make sure I don't think I missed Hannah Luganbiel. I know you're back there, and she has been, what was weird about, we almost missed her, Hannah, we've been working to get you hired since November, I think. So she has been with us. She is a former grad, and we're very happy to have you coming back. Also, we have our new wrestling coach here tonight, Jason Pedigo. I'm glad you could come in. You could have brought the baby back in. You know that. We are a school, coach. It's okay. We are losing an outstanding varsity coach that's been with us for a very long time, but I don't think you're leaving the program, if I'm not mistaken. And Mr. Pedigo has been with the program. We're very happy to have you, sir. And then also, I'm not introducing anybody new, but Lindsay Martin has decided to come back and help take over cheerleading again, and I saw you were here, Lindsay, so I wanted to make sure I recognized you as well. This would be one of the 742 jobs that Lindsay does for us, and we're very appreciative of that, so thank you. And then if you don't mind, we have 6 retirees to go through this evening that we want to spend just a couple minutes going through. Mr. Davis, would you like to go first? I should mention too, because of the crowd and everything, after we're done, we do have cookies and milk. We have milk for a reason, that's the award. We have cookies and milk, but we do want to make sure we get everybody's picture up here before you get out tonight, so.
Okay. Mr. Holman, I'm going to make you stand up here so people know who you are. This is Mr. Rob Holman, and Rob came on board at Sheridan High School in January of 2023 after retiring from that big blue and yellow school down south of us there, Carmel, where he had a very long and successful career, and I know that as a fact because he taught with people that I know very well. And he had, as I said, a very long and successful career there. And when he interviewed for the job, his thought was, yeah, I'm retired, I'll give you a semester. And so after a semester of teaching business courses, and his goal was to help carry us through to the summer hiring season and where we could get, well, after that first semester, he was hooked. And he wanted to stay, and he stuck around. He couldn't step away. He continued to bring stability to the business department, exceptional teaching. He made outstanding connections to the students and to the staff, and there's even footage of a rare dance performance at a pep session to the students of Sheridan High School and Middle School. It was an award-winning performance. As I meet with each of the graduating seniors before they graduate, one of the questions I ask them is, throughout your career, are there any teachers who've really connected with, who've had an impact on you? And Mr. Holman's name came up quite often as being somebody who really made a positive impact on their education. So as Mr. Holman retires again, I know he's excited to spend more time with his family and working on his golf game. We have been blessed to have Mr. Holman as a member of the Sheridan High School teaching faculty for the last 2.5 years. And while his time with us by comparison is short, he's made a lasting impact on both the students and the school. So thank you to Mr. Holman. Enjoy the next phase of your adventure. Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Gifford?
Come on, Chuck.
You did. I'm Eric Gifford. I'm the Director of Transportation and Grounds here at Sheridan. I'd like to recognize Charlie McCreary this evening. Charlie was my first full-time hire when I took the grounds department over in 2018, when we took that back in-house. Charlie's always willing to learn something new, as we all were at that point, especially lining the football field and preparing it for games. We screwed it up many a times, didn't we? Stood there and looked at it and thought, just going to have to roll with it. Whether it was 3 a.m., salting sidewalks, or emptying trash after a football game, Charlie always has a smile on his face and was just a phone call away. Charlie made the tough decision to retire in the spring of 2025 to spend more time with his family and enjoy life and not get those 3 a.m. phone calls from me saying the weatherman was wrong again. Charlie, thank you for all your help, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
Enjoy your retirement.
Scott?
Gretchen, come on up. With great joy and a touch of sadness, I'd like to recognize Gretchen Rafferty. These are the Gretchen stats. Before teaching at Sheridan, she had a varied career. She spent 3 years teaching at Shenandoah High School and Knightstown Middle and High School. She spent 8 years as a full-time professional musician. She spent 8 years in corporate sales and 6 years as a stay-home mom, and I'm sure that was the toughest job she's ever had.
Yeah.
While she was staying-home mom, all right, with her daughter, she also started a non-for-profit Fine Arts Academy in Indianapolis with several other women while giving voice lessons at Warren Central High School. So, 2 jobs while she was staying at home. She has a Bachelor of Science and Education degree with choral music K-12 from Ball State University. She's been a public school teacher for 22.5 years. 19 of them we were lucky enough to have here at Sheridan. At Sheridan, she taught K-8 general music and choir for grades 4 through 12. And she's co-directed numerous musical productions, and I've been to all of them, and they were fantastic.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Over the years, she's taken countless students to the Indiana State Solo Ensemble Contest. And one of the highlights of her career, at least for me too, was she was Teacher of the Year in 2018. So I present Gretchen Rafferty.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look in front. Diane's gonna make us all cry here in a second.
So I'm honored to introduce Mrs. Diane Gentry. Diane began her career here at Sheridan Community Schools in 2003 as a coach. 2 years later, she joined it part of our teaching staff. Over the years, she has served primarily at Sheridan Middle School as a reading language arts teacher and physical education teacher. In addition to her classroom contributions, she taught at the high school level, coached volleyball, and sponsored student council. With a total of 34 years of service in education, Mrs. Gentry has made a lasting impact on countless students and colleagues through her dedication and service. When asked what her favorite thing was about being a Blackhawk, she answered the long-lasting friendships made with students, staff, and community members. So it's my honor and privilege. Congratulations on your retirement. Yeah.
Diane, you get more than a tissue. Would you like a clock too? Yes. Now, come and take a picture. I really don't have the time, so Okay. This is why you told us not to have anything, right? Okay. And I get the honor and privilege of doing the last two, and I get to do the last two mainly because the last two that we have to go are exact prototypes of what happens around here a lot. Both Karen and Lisa took jobs that I just basically made up as we handed it to them. So it has been an honor and privilege to work with both of you. So Karen, would you like to go first? Now, Dan said he'd like to speak, so I'm going to let him have that. Is that a no?
Yeah.
Okay. This, Mrs. Christian, and honoring her here tonight, actually honors a long-standing tradition in Sheridan. We have had a preschool in Sheridan for 53 years. If you go back, I believe there was a board
53
member.
years ago.
I wasn't going to say that, ma'am. I believe there were several people that maybe somebody on this board that started a preschool that then moved it on to Joe Shook, if I remember that correctly. And then after that, she ran the Little Friends preschool for 20 years. And when she was ready to hand it over, Karen took over and stepped up and started running Small Blessings. Small Blessings, which you ran basically for 16 years in your house. And about 2014-ish is when I saw Dan at a baseball game, and he wanted all of that stuff out of your house. We wanted a preschool, and I was no dummy. Why not hire the best? And we were very fortunate. We are by far it is fun to watch when I go downtown, and I mean this sincerely. We watch all these other schools complain that they don't have preschool, and they can't get this, and they don't have that. Well, we just hired the best and brought the best preschool teacher into the district, and you have done nothing but wonderful things and got us ready to go. If I'm not mistaken, you have now taught preschool and retiring after doing it for 27 years. And I think there's a large portion of this room that might have had you, or maybe Nancy, in class at one point. Too. Thank you for all you've done. Yes, you know how much we And then I do want to, yes, I know I kid him a lot too, but I want to recognize Dan. Dan works with us every day. You're always here. You're always here to help, and you have been an integral part of all this as well, sir. You know how much I...
He's known as Principal Dan.
Yes, Principal Dan, yes. No. You're still welcome to come do that job, sir. Lisa, would you like to come up? So the reason we're doing Lisa last is because I have to do a lot of Lisa's from memory. And those of you that know Lisa, Lisa's been correcting me for almost 25 years now. And if anybody in the district corrects me more than Lisa, no, there's not one. See, correcting me. So Lisa started in 1998. The job here is when I say a wrong year, you're going to...
Okay, you're right so far.
Okay, started in 1998 as a teacher's assistant, and in 1999 moved into the Elementary Media Center. She then worked there until the 06-07 school year, where she moved into the middle school secretary position and spent a few years there. And then in 2015, Lisa moved into the...
This is when you get in trouble, 2015.
Yeah, well, I know, that's where I'm coming into play.
Right.
Yes, yes. So, I'm not there yet. Okay. And in 2015, she moved into the treasurer and was part of the special education secretary. That is when this whole community changed. And we, if you know anything about our youth assistance program, basically Judge Nation came to me and asked me if I had anybody that was super cool, super caring, that would be able to take care of our community and our kids with the original goal. Our original goal, all we were supposed to do was try to make sure kids didn't go to juvie. And that was the original goal. However, I don't think anybody in this room knows if you've had anything to do with youth assistance, we have the best one around. We have the greatest person around. And it has gone from just somebody that was supposed to keep somebody out of juvie all the way up to now you take care of everybody in this district. And it is more than appreciated. So you are going to be missed. You and Marty are going to go travel the world. Do you have your plans yet?
Well, the RV won't go in the world, it'll just go in the country. I can't take it overseas.
I am so glad you corrected me. Thank you, Lisa. RV across the ocean. Yes, sir.
Okay, can't follow that up. We'll go to item 8, old business.
No old business, no, sir.
All right, item 9, new business.
After all of this, we get to approve a book tonight,
Here we
sir.
go.
Miss Love, do you have anything that you want to add to it?
No, as you can see though, we have amazing students, and so we're adding a new AP course for freshmen starting in the fall, AP European History. So we need to make sure our teacher has what he needs and our students have a book.
All right. I'll look for any discussion or a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the AP European History adoption. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. All right, item 10, Superintendent Report.
Well, first of all, I can't thank enough. And Lisa, I forgot to tell you, the other part about Lisa's job, I promised her that if she hated it, you could go back to your original job. I still have that letter that I promised you that you go back to your original job, which means if you don't want to retire, we'll take you. I have a couple of people I'd like to thank this evening, if I may. First of all, Serena right now is in the middle of behind the scenes. Serena, who helps us on everything, is in the middle of about 20 different reports all at once, and we never hear about it because we never have any errors or mistakes. And so I appreciate all she's doing. I also want to take, and I think I've done it once before, but John Street, our new SRO, has done an incredible job. He has become a mentor, a leader. He is somebody that we can call 24/7. And sir, it's been great. It's been an honor working with you. And you're not going anywhere, though. You stay. Okay. The way that came out. I really appreciate all John's doing. The band concert was awesome the other night. And we have had, you guys saw my memo, I think we've had something every night. So I want to thank our teachers, our admin, our custodians that have been a part of the numerous presentations we've had the last couple evenings. I want to thank Karen for Small Blessings, and I say that too because we get the coolest preschool in the whole world, and I know I said that earlier, but it is a big part of what we've done. And then I want to make sure that I thank our athletic department too right now. We have gone through weather and everything else. In case you haven't watched outside, it has rained every other day, it seems like, and that puts a lot of stress on Beth, Anita, and everybody else. I want to make sure I recognize all the work they're doing in this spring season. Our student is here too, sir. Would you like to do that now and then finish up with the board comments?
Yep, let's do that.
Mrs. Galloway, would you like to go? This is also another, if you guys have not met Mrs. Galloway, our middle school counselor, she is incredible. And this was her idea tonight, which is very cool. You gonna come up, Logan?
So I'm Jamie Galloway. I'm the school counselor since January, so I too am nervous. I wasn't expecting this big of a crowd today, so I'm glad Logan is up here with me. And in fact, I'm very proud to give him this award. I was at a virtual school the last 5 years, and I just knew I had to get back in a building where I could be around kids because that was my calling, and it's exactly for reasons like this. And so Logan, if I tell the story wrong, feel free to interrupt me. But what happened is Logan one day was talking to a staff member and questioning why we don't have strawberry milk in the cafeteria. He's seen strawberry milk in gas stations. You can make strawberry milk at home. And so the staff member told him, I don't know why we don't have it. Research it and see what you can come up with. Well, he took the initiative to research the brand of milk that the cafeteria uses and found out that they offer different flavors beyond just white milk, skim milk, chocolate milk. One of them being strawberry. I think there was other flavors too, maybe like banana or something like that, right? Yeah, so there were some other flavors too. And so Logan printed out these different flavors and was showing staff that it would be possible to bring strawberry milk here as the brand does make strawberry milk. So the teacher that he was talking to, staff member said, well, hey, go talk to the cafeteria. Maybe they can work something out for you. So again, he took the initiative and had the bravery to go approach the cafeteria staff and show them the printouts of how strawberry milk could be ordered. And they were like, you know what? Sure, we'll look into it for you. So very speedily, the cafeteria emailed the company and said, would it be possible for us to bring some strawberry milk to Sheridan? And they said, yeah. And so they showed them how to place the order. And they said, in fact, this is the milk that runs out the fastest at the end of the year and won't be restocked, so make sure you order quick. And sure enough, all the things came together and we ordered strawberry milk in the cafeteria. And it was like magic. I'm on lunch duty every day. And so I was down there and all of a sudden I was like, where are all these pink curtains coming from? And so I hadn't even known what he had done yet. I had just seen all these strawberry milks that all the students were enjoying. So not only did he impact himself and reach a goal for himself and do that, but it spread joy and opportunity to all of his classmates. And so after I'd heard all of this, I jokingly was in this room and said, you know what, we should give him an award for that. Like, students are, have their nose down in their phones. A lot of them are scared to talk to adults. And this student took the initiative to do hard things. And so someone overheard me say we should give him an award. And so they made it happen. So that's why, again, I'm reinforcing I love being here. Everybody just runs with ideas and makes it happen. And so we started an award in your honor. It's called the Strawberry Milk Award. And we are hoping to continue this award in future years. It's kind of like a Dream It, Do It award. It doesn't have to be anything big and grandiose, but we want to reward students for coming up with something that can change the school atmosphere, can change their life, can change the world, and you started that. So that's why we have some milk for you.
And there's strawberry milk with our cookies tonight.
So that's why we have that to celebrate,
That's why we have
and
milk.
the cookies go with the milk. So I think we have an award. Okay, so it is with my great honor that we present this first annual, which means we're going to keep giving it year after year, this first annual Strawberry Milk Award to Mr. Logan Birch.
And that is all I have tonight,
All
sir.
right. We will move on to board member comments. We'll start with Dan.
Yeah, it's great to be here tonight, honoring all of our staff, our faculty, our students. It's just great to see everybody. It's the biggest crowd I've seen in 4 years. I love it. So, as we get towards the end of the year too, I want everyone to be safe, enjoy it. Let's get to the end, and hope everyone enjoys their summer. That's all I have.
Yeah, fun evening put together, Dave. Appreciate that. So, Mrs. Bile ran out of the room. I had a story to tell her the other evening. I sat down and my right ankle was kind of hurting. And I told one of her students that, and within 3 minutes, my left wrist was taped up like you would not believe. So she may have a little bit of work to do there. So, but no. No, in all seriousness, yeah, like Dan said, this was a fun evening. Certainly, I think what hit me the most is we got to see, the passion and the pride that our faculty pours into our students each and every day. And I know that several people in the crowd have impacted my children, and in some cases me, in a positive manner. And definitely want you all to know that's very much appreciated as both a parent and an alumni of this school. So, yeah, echo what Dan said, coming up here to the finish line, stay safe and see everybody at graduation. So.
Nancy?
Well, I'd like to echo the comments by the previous board members and welcome and just thank all of you for coming tonight. It's just wonderful to have such a big crowd here. I especially enjoyed the presentations by Diane and Sandy and the Strawberry Milk Award. I love that. It's just so heartwarming to just see the passion that is in these, as you said, are in these students. It's just great. I'd like to congratulate the retirees. You have a whole new world out there waiting for you. It's going to be wonderful, but you are going to be sadly missed, and you have been such an important part of the lifeblood of this school community, and I want to thank all of you for that. It's really, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, again, I want to express my appreciation to our retirees for their service, to the students, to the community, and to each other, because without you, this place would not run. And thank you so much for all that you do. And Diane, I love the PBL project. That's where kids come alive. That's, using their own ideas, and I'm glad that you were able to incorporate that and also affect other members of our community. Mm-hmm. But I really want to share that I had the pleasure of being on the broad-based planning committee this year, and the work that our staff puts into that and taking into account what our kids need and how to do it, I can't express enough how impressed I was with everything that they are doing and putting the students first. So thank you for allowing me to be part of that.
Well, now that you've heard all the thank yous, I'll say thank you to everybody again. It's an incredible crowd. You guys can come back again on June 9th if you want. It will not be this fun. But this is a great example of community. These past few days and the rest of the month of May, we're going to see Sheridan shine. And this past weekend, we had the carnival. On Saturday, we had a big baseball at the park. We have, I believe, another Jeep thing coming up soon.
That'll be in August.
In August,
Mhm.
that end of the summer celebration. So let's just get through the month of May safe, and congratulations to the new hires and the retirees.
May I add one more thing?
Absolutely.
I'm also part of the Education Foundation. And since we have so many teachers here and people in the community, we have money to give away. We'll do it again in the fall. But the Education Foundation is here to support our teachers, so please keep that in mind.
All right. So our next meeting will be June 9th. Again, everybody's welcome to come. And with that, I'll look for a motion to adjourn. Oh, stop. Reminder, please come up, take pictures.
Yes.
Please eat some refreshments. Officer Street's going to hand everything out, right? All right. Now I'll look for a motion. All right. We have a motion. We have a second. Second. All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, everybody.
Student of the month, retirees, if you guys don't mind coming up with your family, whoever you'd like to have in it, Mrs. Devaney is going to